So you might have noticed it yourself, maybe browsing online or driving around more price-reduced signs popping up.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes you wonder, right? If you're even vaguely thinking about real estate, what does this actually, mean for me?
Exactly. It's a key question. And we've been digging into some recent numbers, specifically from Realtor.com and also Reza Club, trying
Right.
to get a handle on this trend. So our mission today really is to unpack why we're seeing more of these price cuts and what it might signal for you, whether you're thinking of buying, selling, or just watching the market.
Okay, sounds good. Let's dive in. The number that really jumped out, I think,
Mm-hmm.
was from Realtor.com for March 2025,
Mm-hmm.
almost 34%. 33.9% of homes listed had a price cut.
Yeah.
That's apparently the highest share in years. Feels pretty significant.
It does grab your attention, doesn't it? And look, for some people, especially maybe buyers hoping for a break, it might seem like, okay, here we go.
Yeah, a big shift.
But it's really important to add some context here. It's not necessarily panic stations. What's interesting, Reza Club pointed this out, even back in the crazy hot market of 2021.
The boom times.
Yeah. Even then, nearly 1 in 5 listings still had some kind of price adjustment. So cuts happen. They're not like a totally new phenomenon tied only to a downturn.
Okay, that's actually really helpful. It sort of normalizes it a bit, takes
Yeah.
away some of the alarm maybe.
Exactly.
But if it's not always a huge red flag, why are we seeing more of them now? Is it purely strategic? Like, what's the thinking behind a seller deciding to cut the price?
Well, often it is quite strategic. Think about it. If a property's been sitting for a bit, a price cut can be a deliberate tactic to spark new interest.
Okay.
Maybe attract buyers who scrolled past it before because the price was just a bit too high for their filter. It can also signal, hey, we're motivated, let's talk.
Like opening the door for negotiation.
Precisely. Maybe the house has unique features, or it's slightly off the beaten path. A price tweak can bring in a wider net of potential buyers who might otherwise overlook it.
Right, re-engaging people. But
But
sometimes it feels like more than just a little nudge, doesn't it? Is it also just the market correcting itself? Like the
yeah.
price was just wrong to begin with.
Oh, absolutely. That's definitely part of the picture, too. Sometimes a price reduction is simply a necessary reality check. The initial listing price might have been, well, a bit ambitious for the current conditions.
Over-optimistic, maybe?
It could be. Sellers might have misjudged the demand or perhaps didn't fully appreciate how buyer sentiment has shifted. Buyers today seem less frantic, more willing to wait if the price doesn't feel right.
So the market's kind of finding its balance, price discovery.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. And remember, we're also seeing inventory tick up in some areas, housing supply increasing a bit, while new construction might be slowing down slightly. So that creates a more, let's say, competitive landscape for sellers. Pricing it perfectly right out of the gate becomes trickier, which naturally leads to more adjustments down the line.
And what about the buyers in all this? How are they reacting? You said they're less frantic.
Definitely. Today's buyers seem much more analytical, more careful. They have access to so much information, right?
True.
So they're comparing properties, looking at recent sales data, really doing their homework. They're less likely to get swept up in bidding wars for something that feels overpriced.
So if a house isn't priced competitively from the start,
It's more likely to sit. And eventually, yeah, it'll probably need that price cut to get serious attention and offers.
okay, so wrapping this up a bit, the main takeaway isn't necessarily market crash imminent when you see more price cuts.
No, not automatically.
It seems more like a complex mix, right?
Yeah.
Strategic moves by sellers, necessary market corrections, and maybe a response to smarter, more cautious buyers.
Exactly right. It shows the market dynamics are pretty intricate right now. It's not just one single thing. And, navigating this kind of environment, well, having good advice is pretty valuable.
Yeah.
Like the mention of resources, professional guidance. It really underscores that whether you're buying or selling, getting expert insights helps you make sense of these complexities. It gives you the knowledge to make a solid decision for yourself.
Right, it empowers you.
Yeah.
So thinking about all this, it does pose an interesting question for you, the listener.
Yeah.
With all the data and analysis available now, how does understanding these pricing dynamics, the strategy, the corrections,
Yeah.
how does that shift your own perspective on figuring out the right time to make your move in real estate? Something to think about.